Hello, everyone, once again. This is Rob, and welcome back to Media Awareness and another product review. Before I get to that, however, a reminder the fundraiser continues. For those of you new to my channel or unaware, I am a disabled individual and I use a motorized wheelchair slash scooter all day, every day for my independence, and I need your help. My insurance will not cover anything with regard to my scooter as they view it as a quote luxury item end quote, despite the fact that I'm unable to walk whatsoever, in addition to being unable to use any other type of scooter or power chair, or even a standard wheelchair for that matter, as I only have limited dexterity in one hand. In addition to that, I do not have a backup scooter or wheelchair to rely on at the current time. So if my scooter does malfunction, as it did a few months ago, I will yet again be a fish out of water, a scenario I want to avoid at all costs. With that stated, below the title of this video and the description, as well as in a separate section below the information pertaining to the product I'm going to be reviewing, I have a spot fund link set up. It is a fundraiser. It is easy to contribute. It takes a few seconds, and any and all help is welcome. You can even contribute anonymously, and even the smallest donations, $5 or $10, can add up over time. So please do what you can. I would really appreciate your help. I really was in a pinch a few months ago. My battery charging mechanism had failed entirely, and for roughly 2 weeks I needed to be pushed around my own home by family and friends, severely limiting my independence. However, it was a long overdue wake up call that I needed a backup plan in mind. And the backup plan is to have my existing scooter completely refurbished and waiting in the wings to be used when necessary, if necessary, and a brand new scooter to use on a day to day basis. So I am continuing the fundraiser, obtaining parts for my existing scooter, but also simultaneously saving for a new scooter as well. So as stated, please do what you can at the spot fund link below. I would really appreciate it. I do want to extend a gracious thanks to those who have contributed thus far, in addition to those who plan on contributing, as your contributions have and will make a world of difference in my life. Thank you all. I love you all. If you are not yet subscribed to Media Awareness, please consider subscribing to my channel and becoming part of the Media Awareness family. I'd love to have you. Also, if you do subscribe, ring the bell icon and like and share, and let me know your thoughts on Marillion, if you've heard them, and your thoughts on this album itself, Misplaced Childhood. This is one of the band's landmark albums. It yielded, I believe, a number 2 hit in England when it was released, and this is the deluxe edition book slash box set. And I have a friend that's going to be helping me go through this, and afterwards I will give my opinion on the actual content in terms of the CDs and the Blu-ray as well. So here we have my friend showing us the Misplaced Childhood book slash box set. It's labeled as both, and depending on where you look. And this was originally came out in 2017, and this is an original. Um, there has been no reissues of this. It's a 4 CD set and 1 Blu-ray, so 5 discs total. And the booklet, as you can see, has a plethora of information and rare and archival footage, pictures from the time frame of both the recording and tour of Misplaced Childhood. And there's the Blu-ray tucked into the book itself. And there are the final two discs in the back. So there you have the book and box set, whichever you want to call it. Marillion Misplaced Childhood. Thank you. So there you have a look at what you get with this set. Now, I do want to mention a few really important things. The Blu-ray itself, with it contains several different uh, mixes of the album, most significantly the 5.1 surround sound mix from Steven Wilson, his remix of the album. Uh, but the Blu-ray also has a really fantastic documentary with the entire band, and they are all together, including Fish, who came back to specifically do this particular um, interview, and uh, it was really informative just learning about how they recorded this album and wrote the album, and I found it fascinating just uh, listening to them talk and listening to them recall, and you get some really amazing footage throughout the documentary as well. And it's just a real pleasure to see all the guys together in the same room and talking about this album itself. Like I said, this album did give the band a number two hit, I believe, with Kaylee. Um, and they were almost a band that was slated to play Live Aid if Kaylee had reached number one on the charts, but it never did, so they weren't able to play Live Aid because of that. But um, Marillion remained and remains to this day a huge band overseas. They didn't really make a dent here in the U.S. charts um, to any significant degree, um, and this was during the EMI Capitol years. So they were signed to a reputable and well-respected label, and they had the push behind them, but they couldn't quite crack the U.S. market with this album. And this is a concept album, but it is a really highly accessible concept album, and has some really amazingly catchy songs on it. And Marillion has been described as a progressive rock band. Um, no two albums are the same. They're always different. They're always doing different things. During the Fish era, which this is, Fish did the first four albums and then departed for a solo career. But when he was with the band, he was doing a majority of the lyrical composition, and there is a certain cohesion amongst those first four albums in terms of style. Uh, I think that the band really branched out more following Fish's departure, and every album really became uniquely different from the others. Whereas the Fisher albums are different, but they are still somewhat similar in terms of writing style. Yet this album really is one that I am proud to have in my collection. I was very lucky as a viewer of my channel was kind enough to send this to me, brand new, and asked me to review it and add it to my collection. So I'm real proud to have it. So thank you so much for this set. This is definitely a prized possession. It's something I've wanted for years in my collection and was unable to get, and now I have it. The only drawbacks I have on the remastering of the album itself is fantastic on CD. Uh, I don't have access to 5.1 surround, so I was unable to experience the Stephen Wilson mix, so I can't really comment on that on the Blu-ray. But the CD itself, I did listen to, and it sounds great. And the CD itself is the first CD that you come across in this book, and then you have the live album spread across two CDs. It's a archival live recording, and it is a great concert. I really enjoyed listening to it. Amazing quality, really well done. And then on the fourth CD in this set, you have the bonus material. Now, the only gripe that I have is I think the bonus material disc should have been the second disc in the set as opposed to the fourth, but that's just me and my being particular. Um, Other than that, you really get a lot of great stuff in this set. And if you do not have this, or if you have the opportunity to grab this, do so, and you will not regret it. Also, be sure to back up these CDs on the computer hard drive or on uh, your means of storage in terms of digital and or other storage other than on these discs or make copies of them because I've noticed that with these books, the books itself, the interior of the books, can and does tend to separate from the actual spine from overuse. So that's just a cautionary tale as far as my experience with them and what to watch out for. I always back up everything on my computer itself on my hard drive. So it is pristine and it is never um, subject to damaging in any way, shape, or form. And I've looked through this book. I'm very impressed with the contents. So now I can proudly display this on my Marillion shelf and enjoy the material that came with it on the computer itself as well. So I hope you enjoyed this look at the Marillion Misplaced Childhood Deluxe Edition set from 2017. I never thought I'd be holding this in my hand, and I am so fortunate, and I really want to say thank you again because I love these sets, and they aren't always easy to come by, and this has been elusive for the longest time. So I am really happy to have this now in my collection, and uh, I have some other things I'll be reviewing very soon as well. But I just wanted to show all of you this and give you a thorough review of this as well. So I hope you enjoyed this look at Misplaced Childhood, and this is Rob with Media Awareness, and I will see you all again soon. Have a wonderful morning, noon, or night wherever you are. Take care. Bye.